Alright folks, I'm going to build a drawer for you here. This is a drawer that I've already test fit. I actually tried to record a video before this one, which was just terrible because I started running into problems before it was complete during the glue up. So, here we go. This drawer is got a nice snug fit without glue, which is great. And this drawer is actually has a little bit of a mistake built into it, but I'm going to run with it because I actually kind of like what it's doing for me. We've got a 1/4 inch dado here that's going to hold the drawer bottom, and the drawer fronts and backs are tenoned. The side is tenoned that goes into the slot on the front drawer face. Pretty stout fit. So here we go. Here's the bottom, and here's the tenon slot, tenon slot. Now this drawer is a little different than the other ones I did because it was the first one I did. Most of my tenons are a 1/4 inch spaced off the edge. This is about a 1/2 inch spaced off the edge. I'm trying to adopt a method called the 1/4 method, which you can find on Google if you search it. Type Google 1/4 method drawers and see what comes up. I think I didn't quite hit that as accurately as it's described in that article. So what I like to do is set the front down first and then line everything up from there. There's the joint, glued up. Sorry about that, my air compressor decided to recharge. You can see that I'm vigorously gluing every surface. Now what glue does is, I'm a big proponent of never relying on adhesives or coatings to do all the work for you because they will fail. It just takes temperature, time, and moisture to kill adhesive bonds. That being said, I'm going to mechanically reinforce these with finishing nails, which you'll see in a minute. Where you can use adhesives like this wood glue to the greatest success is if you make as much surface area bonded as possible. That means that you want the front of this tenon bonded, you want the sides of this tenon bonded, and you want the shoulders of the tenon bonded. If you do that, you've maximized the surface area in that joint to be bonded with glue. You will have both tensile and shear forces working to your advantage as you pull and operate the drawer. That's really the best way to do this kind of joint, even though in my opinion this is probably one of the weaker joints you could make in a drawer. The only reason I'm doing it is because it's quick and I want these drawers done. This is a method that's often used. I'll show you a picture of my kitchen drawers, which are actually built in the same way. It's a cheaper drawer, but it works. So just try to make it work to the best of your ability. So like I said, I'm going to apply glue to all the surfaces. I'm going to go on the end of the tenon, the shoulder of the tenon, the shoulder of the tenon. Then here on the drawer there, and then the drawer slat. And then I can use the drawer bottom to help guide me down into the slot on this end. Helps to have a hammer, which I did somewhere. There we go. Bam! Get that down most of the way. Now, we're going to line everything up on this guy. Top, end of the tenon, shoulder of the tenon, side of the tenon. End of the tenon, shoulder of the tenon, side of the tenon. Make that glue work for you. And this is when doing all this prep work and all the cutting and sawing should square it up. Bam. All right. Now, if everything's gone well for you, you should be nice and square. Use some clamps to do some more work for you. Squish. Squish. Sometimes you need more than one clamp to do the work. All right, now the last thing I do here is I put some glue around the bottom of the base. All right. That'll give me a nice bond. Now, finally, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a finish nail through this edge. And the intent of that finish nail is to give me one last barrier of defense against the drawer face from pulling off over time. And what I want it to do is if this is my groove and this is my tenon, and I'm pulling in this direction, I don't want it to slide out. You don't want the tenon to slide out. So what I need to do is borrow the physics of arts and crafts tenon construction, where you put a peg through it. And what kind of peg am I going to put through it? I'm going to put a finish nail through it. So the way I try to do this is shoot it at an angle so that it goes through the tenon and into the grooved board. Check it, make sure it didn't shoot through anywhere, and we're good. Bam. Kaboom. Now, those nails should help let this cure up quite a bit. I'm going to leave these clamps on it. Sometimes when everything lines up really well, once you nail it, you can just take the clamps off because the nails are holding everything in place. The glue's going to dry and it's going to be good. In this case, this drawer might need a little bit extra help, so I'm going to leave these clamps on there. What this means is I now have a nice set of drawers for my workbench. Again, these aren't necessarily kitchen quality drawers. These are just going to be my tool drawers, which I hope will hold up to the next decade or so of abuse until I decide to modify my workbench or sell it to somebody. Thanks for watching.